are listening to Next Level Thinking on St. Martin Gov Radio 107.9.
Welcome back, listeners, to Next Level Thinking. I'm your host, Stephanie Hassett, and I have Caroline and Sana with me here today. Today, we've been laughing a lot. We have been belly shaking because we're talking about humor. We're talking about connecting through making jokes through laughter and how it's in a universal language, actually, that we share across borders. Even though the content of our jokes might change in different cultures, it is mostly about our daily life and how we deal with it, and to kind of, lighten the mood. We use it as coping. We use it to connect. We use it to share joy. So we had some good laughs. But in this segment, we don't want to stop laughing, though, but we also want to give you guys a recap on what we actually all discussed, the journey that we took you on this season. Because we discussed quite some things, right?
Yeah, we started off with frustration.
Yes.
I don't know, is that the opposite of...
I guess it is.
Oh yeah, that immediately gives me oh gosh.
Yeah.
But then you can use humor to lighten that, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Because
But we started now this episode with laughter and humor and jokes and everything, and now I'm thinking about frustration, and I don't feel it.
it's hard to get there, right? It's hard to get into that frustration mode. I have the same thing. I'm like, frustration. Okay, let me look for what was it again? How does it feel? Because we discussed how you can easily get annoyed or upset.
Remember the complaining part?
The complaining, exactly.
I was on my phone and not listening to you and all those kind of things.
Exactly.
Yeah. And the funny part is, if you smile about it, it feels much lighter. It feels much more fun.
kind of silly.
Mm-hmm. It was kind of silly.
The complaining, it feels kind of silly. It feels kind of,
And that's where the connection is between humor and frustration in a way then. You know, it's the stress relief.
Yeah. So you should use humor when you're frustrated.
Right.
Like tap into the humor resource within yourself.
Agreed, but let me be devil's advocate. Frustration is good sometimes, because if we would laugh everything off,
True.
we wouldn't take things as serious anymore. Frustration is sometimes a drive, and that's also what we discussed during that first episode. Sometimes we need frustration to get us to change things, to get us to see like, hey, we can do this differently. This is not the most efficient, beneficial way.
Yeah.
It frustrates me. It annoys me. Let's see what we can do about it. So it moves us in a way as well sometimes, and motivates us to do better.
So it's not only bad.
It's not only bad, but it's the balance again, right?
The balance. And the balance, I think that brings us to the next step, because in the next episode, we talked about social media and how social media could be a way of coping with frustration. Scrolling down for hours.
There's secret hideout.
Yeah, no balance there.
Yeah, exactly.
And everything that you see on social media, is that making you happy?
Yeah, if I see the picture of my nephew that I haven't seen for a while, that makes me happy. So sometimes it can, but indeed not everything. So that, in that sense, is also about the balance there, right?
Exactly, because sometimes it's in a negative way too. Sometimes it doesn't bring me in the best mood, and it kind of, what I feel with social media, everyone always posts all the great stuff on there. And I feel that's also a difference from humor. Humor, we laugh about the bad stuff too. We laugh about the serious things too. But social media is all perfect.
But they give me the memes though, like daily. So
That is true. That is true. You can find those on there too. But I think, again, it's a balance of, it can distract us a lot from our daily life. It can take us out of our actual world and take us into this surreal world where everything is perfect, and we try to strive to perfection and to uphold this certain standard that is created on the internet, which at times can bring us down more so than lift us up. So I think there is the balance, because at times it is nice to just unwind and scroll through Facebook mindlessly and not think about anything.
Yeah, but that's the question. Are you not thinking about anything, or are you comparing?
You're right.
Seeing what is there. What do you have? What do you have not?
Most probably comparing.
Oh yeah, and do you remember like the infobesitas, that the new term nowadays, that we are addicted to getting information?
Yes.
And because we got so many resources nowadays that we kind of get stuck with it, and maybe also distracts us from the things that we're really supposed to be doing. I don't need to know every minute what's going on all over the world.
Who
Of
went to the
course,
bathroom? Who brushed their teeth?
who broke their toe? Yeah, too TMI, too much information.
Exactly. So that brought us a little bit to what different state of mind could we have, right? And it brought us to mindfulness in our third episode, right?
A state of mind where you are in the present and enjoying what is really going on in this second.
Yeah.
To deal with a shattered mind, right? To be able
exactly.
to refocus and redirect your thoughts to a more mindful way of thinking.
Yeah, instead of looking at what I would want in the future, because on Facebook I saw the neighbor had a new car as well, so I want one too. Mindfulness is a state of mind that brings me back to what is actually happening here right now and makes me appreciate, I guess, the moment as well that, you know what? The crappy car that I have now works just fine. It brings
still
me from
brings
A
you to work,
B.
yeah.
And I can enjoy the noise and the engine roaring when I start the car. But, you know, it works.
Yeah.
And it's fine too.
And mindfulness not only about enjoying the little things in life, however, I find that very important. It is also about being aware of the negative emotions and sensations in your body, because that is something that we tend to ignore as well. And it can build up. Your bucket of frustration is becoming too full. It's going to overflow. So mindfulness can also make you aware of that and give you a chance to process that information.
Yeah, to not push it away, to kind of sit with your pain for a moment, because, you know, we got to process this anyhow and we cannot push it away because it comes knocking at your door. Actually, at the moment, you don't want it to. So better have some control over it, that you can sit with it and process it and then move on in a way.
Exactly.
Yeah. That is a way to empty that bucket.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, definitely not to avoid it, but sometimes you'll have to go through it.
Yeah.
And
didn't we? Oh yeah, the trainings that APAP is going to give to the community. If you didn't hear about that yet, visit our website www.apapsxm.com and get some information about the community trainings that we're giving with financial help of the Natural Disaster Fund. We have space availability for 100 people, so 5 groups we're going to do. Visit us to see if you're interested, if you want to join.
Mindfulness training.
Definitely. And then it brought us to happiness, our ultimate pursuit to happiness. What is that? Can we reach it? Is it real?
It is or not. Still an interesting question, right?
Exactly, still. And I think it differs for everyone, but we agreed that it's also a state of mind and it can vary in levels. It's not happiness or not happy.
Yeah.
So in that sense, you can reach it.
Yeah.
Like I reach it and then I check that.
Exactly.
Had that done. Let's move on to the rest of the life.
Yeah.
No happiness anymore, or at least no ultimate happiness.
Right.
Well, I hope not. So I think happiness is indeed a state of mind and a reflection at that moment. And you have the ups and downs. So you should also experience the sadness at times. It's a balance there again.
Exactly. Yeah. And that balance, not just in sense of our feelings, but we talked about the chemical balance in our body, that we do certain things that increases the chemical uptake in our body, that increases either our happiness or it decreases our happiness.
Oh yeah, remember the word I could not pronounce, oxytocin?
Yes,
You practice.
There I had it.
the cuddle neurotransmitter. And I wanted to say the cuddle drug. It's not that.
in a way. And that you should give like 8 hugs a day, right?
Exactly.
The cuddle or more. The cuddle professor said that.
Hugs make us feel good. I mean, yes, give each other a hug.
No unwanted hugs, though.
No,
Be careful. We still have the Me Too movement
that
too, in a way.
doesn't release no oxytocin. You're absolutely right. But a hug from, someone you appreciate and someone that appreciates you can really benefit you in your state of happiness.
Yeah. And use your strength of humor. And that's the last episode of this season, to create more happiness in the long run.
Yeah, let's just do that. Laugh with each other. Share joy with each other. Take care of each other in that sense. If you see someone else being frustrated, being upset, I mean, there are various things you can do. Join a mindfulness group. Share some jokes. Give each other a hug. But I think just take care of each other. Because taking care of someone else, letting someone else laugh, with the mirror neurons that we have, we'll laugh and it has just a contagious effect. And both parties will benefit from it. I think that is how we're going to close off this season, with just that message that share the joy, share the laughter. It is so important. It is so beneficial for our mental, physical health that we shouldn't forget to do that. Share that oxytocin around.
Totally agree.
So, thank you all for listening today to Next Level Thinking. This program has been made possible by the Ministry of Public Health and DCOM. Please follow APAP on Facebook to stay updated with our journey to inform the community and strengthen mental health care on the island. This was our second season of Next Level Thinking, and we are happy to have given this opportunity to talk about these subjects and share information with the community. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did, because we really had some belly shakes today and during the rest of the season. Psychology is never a dull topic. There's so much to discuss. Would you think we need a season 3? Please let us know, because we might consider continuing. For now, have a great evening and thank you for listening. We would like to close off with special thanks to the Ministry of Public Health and DCOM. And this was Next Level Thinking on 107.9.
Next Level Thinking.